why it no longer. So I'm hitting the
Up
button.
into your green screen, by the way.
Oh, I just got bored of putting it up. Like, I never really use it for anything interesting, and I mean, for this, it's not going to do anything anyway because, like, I'm just showing just the Discord screen, so I'm not even green screening anything out. So may as well just show off the lovely painting that Kat did in my background and all the other junk that I have, like 7 million jackets on my door and dumbbells and monitors and
Do you
suitcases
even
and
use those
whatever.
dumbbells?
Yeah, occasionally. I don't do it as much as I should. Of course, I have an excuse for this last week because I've been sick and
So
very tired at all times. Like, it's 8 days now that I've been, like, sick, snotty, gross, throat hurty. I don't know. It's
you
just been
could
the
say you're
worst.
a snotty kid all over again.
Yes. Let's hope that I don't have to, like, have a blowing nose and, like, coughing break in the middle of this D&D session, but no promises. We'll see what happens. Anyway, howdy folks, EJ here. Welcome to Paladins D&D. Sorry for all that graphic nose-blowing details, but yes, we are doing another Paladins D&D session, and it should be fun. I'm kind of scared because I've had to shift gears like 6 times in the past couple days, because first off, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, I can make it." Then everyone was like, "Oh yeah, never mind. I'm probably not going to be able to make it." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. In that case, with the couple people we have remaining, let me change the plan entirely." Then some other people were like, "Oh yeah, maybe I can make it." Okay, changing plan again. Never mind, we can't make it. Oh no, we'll let you know an hour before if we can make it. That's hard to plan. Okay, everyone's here. Wait, what? Okay, and now Denise's not here. So I've had to change my plan so many times, and basically I have a plan now for like 6 plans for this session. One for every combination of who was here and who wasn't here, and I'm not ready for any of them. They're all about the same level of ready, but this is the one we're gonna stick with now, and we'll see if it works. Sorry, I like to complain and give disclaimers before I start my stream of consciousness chaos, even though it doesn't matter and nobody cares. So, when we last left off our Paladins D&D session, guess we should start off 2 sessions ago because that's when Ray was last here. He missed last session. So 2 sessions ago, we Barrick forgot the word contingency for like an entire hour of a conversation, and then we had like some exposition, little conversation, and the actually Jajargo didn't really tell anyone about the information that he learned from Genos. He just kind of drunkly was being a weirdo. Hey, Isabel, welcome to the stream. And I'm giving a terrible recap. Basically, what happened 2 sessions ago is we had a conversation deciding what to do, and the party decided that they were going to go to Brightmarsh, aka Kite's home, and try to find some elderflower, which is a flower that they needed in order for Kite to make some more of these potions that would supposedly help them resist mind control or the um, charming effects of the darkness, which is a big scary monster that is attacking the realm and causing all kinds of chaos. Are you guys waving to Isabella in the chat? Nice.
Yes.
And after they decided to leave, Kite said, "Hold up, we should probably get a map first." So he and Sake and Eritrea decided to go to Fantasy Walmart. Meanwhile, Deshargo decided to keep on walking straight forward into the semi-broken magical pathway that's like a labyrinth underneath the entire realm, and it was broken in the sense that you couldn't choose where you wanted to go, and he just walked down anyway just to see what happens. I had the other party, or the remaining three, roll a d100, and their result is where you ended up, right? So, Dejargo, you decide to keep walking down this passageway. Torches on either side. It looks like a regular mine shaft. And as you're walking, you feel the passageway kind of vibrating around you and shifting. It's kind of like moving back and forth, like splitting. Like you see a ghostly image of the path kind of splitting in two, and then there's like two separate pathways branching out across from you, and then one of them entirely disappears, phasing through the wall, almost as though it's kind of splitting off into multiple branching pathways, different instances of this maze, and then reforming together as paths are no longer being used. It's kind of disconcerting, like it doesn't feel like the ground is entirely solid as you're moving down this passage. Do you have anything you would like to do as you're kind of feeling basically like an earthquake as you're kind of walking down the passage? Small pebbles vibrating and bouncing off the ground as you go.
I'll take the poodle. I knew I gained some weight recently, but I didn't think it'd be this much.
Yeah, with each footstep, you feel the ground vibrate just a little bit underneath your weight, but it's nothing in comparison to the entire vibration of this tunnel. And a moment or two after you, well, I mean, you've been traveling for maybe 5, 10 minutes down the passage at this point, but a moment or two after you say that, you see ahead of you, like the pathway split once again in front of you, a curve off to your left and a curve off to your right, but in the middle, there's this weird kind of opening, just like breaking through, and you see light and a room within. It is,
That looks interesting.
candlelight. Would you like to go forward into the center?
Yes, I'd like to peek into it. First, I put my trunk in there and smell around to make sure that there's no danger.
Okay. As you're approaching the intersection where the walls are kind of splitting apart, instead of being like semi-transparent and hazy, it kind of becomes more solid. So it's like straight up solid walls splitting apart in front of you, and you poke your nose in, and I guess look into this room, and you see what appears to be a bunch of cogs and gears rotating, and giant metal pieces of machinery rotating and moving, forcing the giant pieces of maze to kind of shift and rotate with large grinding noises. It looks like a bunch of steam clockwork mechanisms that are making the maze run, but there's also a couple torches lining the walls and a bunch of tables and notes and all sorts of crazy stuff. And it looks like some tinkerings as well, like half-built machines and lab equipment. What would you like to do?
Do I smell anything off? Like, do I smell
It smells like
poison?
it smells like oil, some burnt oil actually, and
Okay, okay.
torchlight, the torches that are constantly going in this passageway. Also some papers. Not really much other
And
that
I
you can
don't
tell.
hear anything?
I mean, you hear the grinding and the rumbling and grinding of gears as they clank past each other, but no like explosions or well, I don't know what are you listening for.
I'm listening for like people or something that is
You don't
no?
hear any footsteps or anything that sounds like a person at this point.
Okay. Well, then I go in.
Okie dokie. You take a step into this kind of like mid area between these passages as they're splitting open, and you kind of fall downward a little bit because this is kind of like just a drop. There wasn't a stairway down. It was just kind of an opening into the inner mechanisms of this place. So you fall down about 10 feet or so onto a little catwalk made of metal, where you can look down onto these massive gears and stuff. And around you, you now see these desks and bookshelves lining the walls, and a door leading somewhere behind you. Um, and you're now in this room. And as you have fallen out of this place, now you see giant bricks and stuff kind of move past and block off that area that you just came through. What would you like to do?
I wonder if this is what creates the moving tunnels for us.
That
I'd like to go to one of the desks, see if there's anything open on it.
okay. You walk over to the desk, and it looks kind of dusty. This particular one. Beside it, there are a bunch of like picture frames or something that are covered by a tarp. Looks like it hasn't been touched in a while, covered in dust. And on top of the desk, there are several blueprints and a couple of little whirligigs, like little clockwork things that a gnome might like to mess with or something.
Anything like books or anything that might be look like it's interesting? Should I roll for that?
Um, no roll necessary. There's obviously a lot of like papers and stuff around. I don't know, like there's not really books open. I'll say that. There's mostly blueprints and other like
I'd like to
technological.
take a look at those blueprints then.
Okay.
See if it looks familiar.
The one that is kind of covered in dust and doesn't look like it's been used in a while seems to be some kind of like transportation device, like something that would be maybe like a bus that would go very quickly between different parts of the realm, transporting multiple people very quickly. It's got like notes on how the power source would work and like how many people, max capacity, etc., safety features, and etc. Just kind of helpful things like that. But there are on the other tables across from you, some less dusty ones that might be more recent.
I'd like to take a look at those.
Hmm. As you walk over to the ones that seem to be more in progress, you see, um, some other devices that seem to be actually powered up and kind of like clap, 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 clap. One of those little teeth things, like walking across the death, except it's not actually teeth. It's just like a um, little man, one of those like DiGiorno pizza figurines, just kind of walking along the desk with his little metal feet. And you walk over to take a look at this blueprint, and you see what looks like a giant schematic, or like a schematic for a giant metal robot of some kind. It's got one beside it. There are the plans for Ruckus, like bolts. Sorry, for Bolt, Ruckus's, or I mean Jerry. Sorry, Jerry's mech suit with all its guns and uh, missile launchers, all assorted and laid out. And then beside it, there's this bigger version of it that seems to be it's like a prototype. It's marked Barracks Design Number 12.7, and it's got like much more upgraded capabilities. And judging by the scale, it looks like it's supposed to be at least 4 times as big.
My goodness gracious. It looks like Barrick has been busy.
At this point, you might notice off to the side where all the gears and stuff are going on, a little light pops up over where the giant maze mechanisms are whirring and moving along.
I'd like to look for a corner that I might be able to tuck behind and suck in my belly.
No, no, no. It's like a display wall. There's like a giant panel that's got nothing but kind of a it's like a sorry, I'm very frazzled right now. I'm sorry. It's like a copper plate, solid, and engraved on it are the tree symbol and little pathways that kind of connect, almost kind of like a circuit board ish, but more laid out like a display. And you see lights popping up on a couple different
Oh,
points.
that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, so
I thought you meant someone was coming in.
you see three blue lights pop up at the bottom, at the base of the tree, and starting to move along it. Possibly your friends. And
Um,
you would know that where your friends are currently trying to go, and the maze is currently, as you're looking at that display, you see that it's kind of like branching off in a completely different direction. It's about to send them off to Ice Haven.
can I force? Can I see if I can understand how to force it to send them where they want to go?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you walk over to it, it looks like a very similar kind of interface as the old wall used to be, when you could, mark it as you were trying to open the door and go normally, except this is like the internal mechanisms of it. And it does seem to be slightly more advanced, like you can connect other pathways in addition to just the base. I don't know.
I start having too much fun with that and start making a complex way for them to get to.
Oh no! So you like create a web that zigzags all over the place and then to their destination? Okay. Do you end up making them go to their destination though?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, gotcha. So we'll get to that in a bit. Anyway, so you go ahead and mark this, and you hear the large mechanisms go and kind of like begin whirring at higher speed. Steam kind of shoots out of a nearby turbine, and the maze like grinds together, forming well, a path to where you have chosen. Although it kind of seems inefficient in the way that it's like making jutted corners and going all the way down the line. And then you see another light appear, also from the base, but this one red.
I wonder if there's a manual around here somewhere. I start looking around for a manual.
Okay, roll me perception. Also, hi Kayla, welcome to the stream and game and everything.
Hi, Kayla.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing good. My voice is kind of scratchy.
Oh, mine
Oh, that
too.
sucks.
Allergies have been terrible.
What did you say you wanted?
To perception. How did your recording go?
It went well. I enjoyed it.
Cool. What was it a recording of? Or is that secret?
No, it's Origins Evelyn.
there it is.
One of my big series right now.
14.
Cool. 14. All right. Yeah, you do see. It's not too difficult to find. There's off to the side. Doesn't look like it's been used in a while. But it's got another one of these. On another one of these tables nearby. Why am I so tired? I'm sorry. There's a manual that
Because
looks.
you're sick?
Yeah, probably. That it looks like it's got the same tree symbol on it and a bunch of like details of how to work it.
Well, I'd like to ruffle through to figure out what that red light means.
Okie dokie. It seems like red indicates an intruder.
Oh, well, that's not good. I'd like to hurry up and try to redirect that intruder back. No. I want to. Do I know of a volcano area?
Let me check the map real quick.
Volcanoes, huh?
I'm gonna say no because I don't see one on the map. That doesn't mean that there aren't volcano places, but just not on the map of the tree, apparently.
Is there one under the sea?
There doesn't seem to be one that connects under the sea, no. It seems like it's limited to this, like, overall continent, unfortunately. And I will say that the intruder is, like, arriving from the base. Like, they're already at the base.
Wait.
So
They're at the base and they're leaving it, or they're
Yes.
already at the base by the time I see it?
they're at the base and they're leaving it. They popped in
so
at basically the same point where your allies did.
do I know of a gel area that that we might be connected to?
Did you say jail or gel?
Yeah, jail.
Okay.
Jail, like prison.
You want to connect it to a prison area?
Yeah, can I do that?
Like in the base that you're in currently, or another jail somewhere?
Another jail somewhere.
You could direct them to Crosswind Hold or Splitstone Quarry, perhaps. Splitstone Quarry is sometimes used for, like, putting people to work. Enemies of the state, the magistrate state.
Which one's more likely to react to an intruder that comes out of nowhere? Do I know this?
Probably Splitstone Quarry if you're thinking just like off a snap decision, because Crosswind Hold is kind of like an entire city, and it's where you've been previously. I mean, it doesn't. The secret passage that lets out into Fred and Mary's house, not directly into the magistrate facility. So the magistrate might not.
We'll do the stone one.
Splitstone Quarry. Okay.
Yeah, Splitstone Quarry.
Alrighty. So you're gonna connect the path from the base all the way to the Splitstone Quarry. Are you gonna zigzag it and move it all over the place again, or?
No, just straight there.
Oh, of course you make it convenient for them, but not for your friends. Okay. So you connect this red dot to Splitstone Quarry, and then you watch as these dots in their separate paths. You see the maze shift and split, forming two separate paths going to those two different locations, and the dots follow, crossing right past each other without noticing each other, so it seems, and continue on towards those destinations. And at this point, you hear footsteps approaching the door. What would you like to do?
Can I try to hide in a corner and suck at my belly?
Yeah. Roll me stealth.
All right. for a big one, I've got high stealth.
Are you are you wanting a nat 20? Sure me, is that?
No,
Or
it's
a nat 1?
21. It's a 21.
21 total. Okay.
21.
So you leap behind like a barrel that's got all kinds of paper rolls sticking out of it, and a couple of like wooden broom handles and stuff that haven't been used in quite a long time. There's like dust and spiderwebs sticking off of them, and you kind of like make yourself into a little ball in the corner, just making not so much of a crash, but just kind of a thump as you like duck behind a tarp and cover yourself as much as you can. And then the door opens, and you see Barrack Firebeard kind of walking into the room, stretching, and it looks like he's holding some kind of device that you haven't seen before. And he's seems pretty proud of himself. He's walking out of what seems to be like an even deeper laboratory with all kinds of testing testing gear and like large Tesla coils in the background. So he walks into the room, takes off his goggles, and he's like, "Ah, yes. Ah, I'm tired now." you know, and he starts walking around. He puts the device on the table, and then he starts grabbing some other things and bonking around. He has not noticed you.
I just stay still as possible.
Okay. Have you got any plan here, or you just gonna sit there?
I want to see what he does first.
Okay. He spends a few minutes, tinkering with one of the other things that was on the desk, like one of the little tiny toys, seeming like he's just kind of fiddling with something to take a little break from what he's been working on. Then, after a short bit, he walks up to another door and leaves the room. A different one from the one he just exited from.
Yeah. Do I see him bleeping on the map?
No, he did not go to the map or do anything with it. He was just kind of fiddling at one of his desks, and then he walked out to a separate door. It was right beside the first door. He just opens it up, and then as he walks
So it's
out,
not in the tunnel system, is what you're saying.
no, he's just walking out through a regular door that connects to an actual passageway. And as he walks out, it seems like there's like a secret passage kind of thing. So as he's exiting and then closing the door behind him, it seems like it was smooth with the wall.
I'd like to very quietly walk up to the goggles, pick them up, and put them on. Or at least hold them if my head's too big for them.
Yeah, he left his goggles on the desk, and you kind of take them and like scoot them past your big flappy ears. And it makes it very hard for you to see anything, and it's kind of like cutting off your blood circulation as it's pressing into your eyes, because his head is a lot smaller than yours.
Okay, well, this isn't working. I just take it off and put it back gently where it was. And then I'd like to go through the first door he came.
Okay, into the deeper lab.
Yes, I want to see what's in there.
Okie dokie. As you walk into that room, you hear even louder like machinations. There's like giant furnaces with heaped with coal and lots of like heat blasting out, and big pistons firing in the background doing who knows what. There's a water wheel down deeper, taking water from like an underground cave, and running whatever these devices are that are going through the base. There's also several crystals that are just embedded in these mechanisms, seeming to power things and make things move. And as you're walking down, you see basically like a large chasm. It almost looks like, let's see, it is 30 feet high. It's got kind of like ribbed arches that go down along the sides, made of metal, and there are just tons and tons of like mechanized war machines in this little hangar. It extends farther than the light reaches from where you currently are. Sorry, there's an ant crawling on my wall. And yeah, he's got like a small blimp, just like an airship kind of thing that he's got in this hangar, along with just a bunch of like pilotable robots similar to Bolt. Um, just a lot of machines that he's been working on, so it seems, along with various other inventions that are strewn across more desks and more tables and more alchemy labs and whatever.
Guy's more scatterbrained than I am.
He seems like he's got a lot of plates that he's currently keeping up with spinning. But the nature of these weapons does seem to be a little higher tech than most of the weapons you've seen so far, both with the Resistance and the Magistrate. It seems like they're designed to be a little more destructive, just based on the, like, it's got like a laser gun kind of looking barrel to it. Anyway, and without having your roll perception, that's about all you see for the initial glance. For that, I'm gonna roll over to the next group for now because my brain is hurting. I'm sorry. Give me a break to think about something else. So, where we left off with the other group, when we started our last session, Eritrea, Sake, and Kite decided to head to Brightmarsh, and they carried Pip all the way, or Kite all the way there because he was T-posing and glitching out and doing weird things. He was gone during that time, and they had a much longer trip than they thought would happen on their way to Brightmarsh for some reason. But they did end up at Brightmarsh, which they didn't expect, considering they had walked into a broken pathway, but it just happened to put them where they wanted to go. Imagine that. Then they began to look for the elderflower that they were seeking, and then they planned to also find Pip and ask him for the crystal that he has embedded in his potion launcher whenever they got a chance to. But they have not done that yet. What they did was they... would Eritrea or Sake like to give a recap of what happened last session?
Oh
For
boy.
Ray's benefit.
um.
Don't forget the part about levitating a dog over garbage.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about that.
Well, you see, there was a wall, and we climbed the wall, and then there was a sign that we wanted to know what it said, but we didn't want to go down there, so we used Alanon, of course, who gave him we made it so he could understand, or someone could talk to him.
Yeah, Sake
Yeah,
knew a spell
something.
that let him
Yeah.
speak with animals, so he tried to ask Alanon to read a sign for them that they didn't want to go down to risk looking at, considering it was in an encampment of magistrate soldiers who were occupying Brightmarsh.
But dogs can't read.
Unfortunately,
so that
dogs
didn't
can't read. So Sake's
Then we got
instructions were
caught.
basically, can you read that sign? And he was like, what's
No.
words?
really-
Then they had a brief interaction with the magistrate who were like, why are you levitating a dog over a trash pile to read a sign while you're looking for flowers? Are you
Yeah.
okay? And then they had a fun training montage, combat encounter.
Yep. It was some weird like. Are you talking about the thing with Pepper?
VR. Yeah.
Yeah. So we met Pepper, who was like, I guess Kite's. Not aunt,
We're gonna go with Ant.
Kite's aunt. We had some weird like VR battle simulation, which was actually kind of fun, but it was very confusing at times. And she actually had the flower we were looking for, I think.
Yes, she gave Kite 19 elderflower and kept one for herself at this point. So, Kite has successfully got the elderflower he needs for his potion making, or at least for this particular potion. And that is pretty much where we left off, with the party retrieving the knives and daggers and stuff that they had, and arrows that they had fired into Pepper's couch and walls and stuff, and then they had walked out of Pepper's house on their next mission, which was either to visit Kite's mom's house or to try to find Pip and warn him that the Heart of the Moon crystals could be tracked and he might be a target as a result of that, considering he has one of the Heart of the Moon crystals in his potion launcher, or to ask him for it or something. I'm not sure exactly what their plan was, but the plan involved seeing Pip at some point, and that is what they wanted to do next. The party now stands.
So real quick, we turned ourselves small.
Yes.
Oh yeah, are we still tiny?
Yes, yes. Only an hour and a half or so has passed, and that lasts for 3 hours, I believe. So yes, you guys are still. Kite made them a potion to shrink them down to half their height. So Eritrea is currently 2.5 feet tall, and Sake, I don't. How tall were you before? 6 feet or something? Okay, so you're currently like 3 feet tall, and they're both tiny little people to like halfling size, so that they would fit in and kind of blend in with all the other short people, aka Vulpins, kites species that live in Bright Marsh. And that's where we left the party. They had just walked out of the door to the main street outside of Pepper's house. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I could just steal the crystal from Pip. That is
That
kind
is
of
the
my
plan.
specialty.
Gotta love thievery. That's
Mhm.
not. That's not.
If you
Kite saying
disagree,
that.
Kite, say something now.
You look over to Kite, and he's T-posing again and kind of glitching out.
Oh my God.
He looks almost like his eyes are kind of frightened, and he's just.
Oh
Alanon,
no, I can't carry him now, can I?
and Alanon looks up at him and goes.
Oh, no.
How
Could
are
I
we
have
supposed
you-
to carry him? He's so bigger now.
He
Isn't he
is
taller
bigger.
than us now?
He is bigger. He's bigger than you. Yeah, he's bigger than both of you. So.
How
thanks,
does
Isabel.
how?
I don't know. You have a glitching T-posy Foxo with you now, and Kite or Eritrea. Could I have you roll me perception?
Yes. Perception. Where is that at on here? Here it is. I got a whole 12.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say that you don't notice anything for why not? Yeah, that's enough. You notice as you're kind of like trying to understand what's happening here, you glance down and you notice that the bug brooch, the scarab beetle brooch that you had pinned on yourself, there's just the pin and the like little wooden piece that the jade beetle was attached to. There's just a little wooden part and the pin remaining on pinned to your clothing, and the beetle is nowhere to be seen.
Alright. It didn't mean that much to me, but I guess I'd like sorry, I'm dying. I guess I'd kind of start looking around for it, see if I can find it.
Could I also have you roll me history?
Yes. 20.
You also remember that there used to be an item for sale in Fantasy Walmart that was a bug that had weird properties because Paladins has too many bugs.
Nice.
So, Kite continues to glitch out and T-pose and do weird things that don't make any sense. What would you guys like to do? Had to take
would
him out
you
somehow.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said had to take him out somehow.
No, but what do you mean? What do you mean by that? What happened? I didn't catch it.
There's a bug.
I'm implying that Eritrea's bug, I don't need to explain it. You're smart enough to figure this out.
You say that. Would you like to look for the bug thing? I'm asking out of character.
Nah. We need some reason to have him glitch out for the session. And plus, I want to steal the crystal from Pip.
I was more implying that this might be a problem, but okay.
Problem that we need to fix?
You can
you
do
want us
whatever you
to...
guys want to do.
I want to pick him up.
This is backup plan number 12 at this point. I don't know what the plan was. So many different things. So I'm both ready for everything and also not at all.
I mean, what would you like to do?
I don't know. EJ has me scared because I think like there's maybe some kind of significance with this bug thing, but also it's very obscure and odd and not what we came here to do.
Well, I'm just saying, you guys you have walked out of this place and you're like, hey Kite, what do you think we should? Oh, Kite's having a seizure. Is he okay? And Airtray has now realized, oh wait a minute, that bug that I don't have anymore is gone.
Now my friend is glitching out.
Yeah. Djargo's just loving it.
Is the thing gone because he's glitching out? Is there like a correlation there? I'm so
Yes.
confused.
Kayla, would you like to explain it to Shumi?
So I had this brooch, and it was a bug. It was a beetle, but beetles are bugs, you know? And then I noticed that it's no longer on my person, but at the same time, my friend is glitching out. So I assume that there might be a correlation.
Okay.
I guess your character wouldn't necessarily pick up on that just because
He's drunk.
Well, no, I was like confused because like it seemed like you were trying to correlate the two somehow. I just didn't know what that correlation was.
yeah, the bug is causing him to glitch out the brooch.
Oh.
How did you not get that?
Because it's so vague. We just got this thing last session. What are you talking about?
I got it the moment he said it.
I didn't get the bug last session. I got it when I was in the palace.
I guess it requires the knowledge of like bugs in programming cause issue. Oh, whatever. It's fine.
You get it now.
It's for the funsies, man.
More or less, I get it. Is it important that we get the bug then? I mean, he's gonna be buggy regardless. He's not gonna join the session.
That was my thought.
He's overthinking it by now.
I mean, you don't have
Let
to
him be
metagame.
buggy.
You can decide to deal with that. You can decide to not deal with that. It's whatever you guys want to do.
Down to sneak or I'm down to fix the bug. I don't care.
So are you guys going to discuss in character like the problem as well? Now
That's
that
fine.
that
that's
out
what
of
I'm thinking,
character we
like, is
understand.
Eritrea bugged enough
Ha.
to actually do something about this, or she just wants to sneak around and try to get Pip's weapon.
See, my thought is, we've already been here probably too long. We don't know how long that potion is yet to last, so we only blend in for some period of time. Let's get the crystal, get out, and then we can take him back to the medical center at the base once we're back. Only issue is, how are we gonna lug him around?
Oh,
So-
that's a good question.
I say you get the feet, and then I'll get the big old head, and we can try this thing.
Okay, that's not gonna look suspicious at all.
Or we could put him
Excuse
somewhere.
me, what are you doing with this body?
Do you see a dumpster anywhere?
Oh my God.
This is a serious moment.
Throwing their party member in a dumpster until like, oh no, what if it's garbage day?
Viable strategy
Oh no.
for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably take us, what, 20-30 minutes to find the crystal and steal it? Then we can get out of here. He's not going to be much
I
help.
also hate it because I feel like it's gonna go wrong somehow.
That's, you know, part of the adventure.
I mean, we could put him in a dumpster. We got to do it very sneakily though.
I wonder how Kite
Alright.
feels about this. Oh no.
Can I
don't like this at
examine-
all.
Can I examine the area near us, see if I can find a dumpster, a non-suspicious dumpster?
Alright, so you guys are currently in an area where it's kind of like a downtown-ish area. There's like multi-level different buildings with long rickety stairways going up to different residential areas, but there's also some like shops on bottom levels and business centers going around. It's a lovely, I guess, afternoon at this point. I can't remember what time it was. I think it's afternoon at this point, and the sun is streaming through the treetops and the like tops of giant mushroom fungus onto the lovely swampy, grassy pathways. And around you, you look around and you see plenty of Vulpin walking by, carrying day-to-day goods as they walk by, and some more magistrate people. One of them seeming to be in like some kind of black armor, seeming to be a leader of some kind, with a weird symbol on his chest, and he's kind of walking by with like a black helmet and seeming to be in charge of some kind, walking towards you guys. But as far as dumpsters, you see several places you could probably hide a body. There's a row.
Don't put it like that.
There's a row of like market stalls with like deep buckets of like goods like hay and other various potion ingredients in different bushels, and beside it there is also a like not really a trash can, but more of a like wicker basket that's tall enough and it's got a lid, possibly for laundry or something. And there are a couple other various hiding places, little cellars that open up. Yeah. What would you guys like to do? The sun
I'd like
glistens
to attempt
off the
to fix.
bronze roofs.
I want to attempt to pick him up.
Okay. So Kite is still
I will
standing,
succeed.
T-posing, kind of glitching out. How are you gonna do this?
Oh no. Can I try and like do a situation where I like back up towards him and like scoop him up behind me, so it's almost like I'm giving him a piggyback ride. So I feel like.
So
that
you're
might
gonna
be
try
the
to like
easiest.
get in front of him and kind of like lean him down onto you.
Sure.
Okay. So he's just laying on your back now.
I can help too, you know. You don't have to do it yourself.
Yeah, but I have another idea for you, possibly.
Oh, okay.
Alright, am I able to carry him? Like,
Roll me strength, and your strength is
Mm.
currently halved. So what's your
oh
your
no.
current strength score?
20, get in that 20.
I can't really tell. Oh wait, strength. 16.
Okay,
then
so
I
your
have a
strength is
plus
now
3.
8, which is a -2, I want to say? Or is that a -1? I'm going to say it's a minus... Help. I'm too tired, man. I'm going to say
You
it's
Do
a
we just
spent
want
minus...
to
-1,
have
right?
whatever I roll? Or
No, because technically what the potion does is it reduces your strength score by half, so it just changes it to, instead of a +3, you're going to have a -1. So roll me strength of the -1. That's your
is
modifier.
there? Can I change that? Or how would I
Can
roll
you just,
that?
do you have a die, like an actual die? Or a random number generator?
I could do a random number generator. Sure.
Or if you wanted to use D&D Beyond, you could just roll me charisma instead, because that is already a -1 modifier.
True. I'll just do that.
Okie dokie.
Oh, I got a 17.
Yeah, you're able to support him. It's a little bit tough, but hey, you're still strong enough to support a absolutely stiff board of a man, Fox, go as he leans against you.
Alright. So I think I've got him. Now, for you. How good of a distraction can you be?
What you need?
All right. Well, obviously, I'm hiding a body. Even though he is alive, I think just a little distraction in the middle of the street.
I
You
will
know,
point
get
out you
people
guys are
surrounded
talking
by.
about this on the middle of a step, like in full view of many people.
I know.
Like you're on someone's front porch. How are we gonna hide this body, guys?
Well, if there's a distraction over there, you know, I could sneak by it and like do the deed while people are distracted. You know.
hmm
So
See what
you
I
just
can do.
all right. So you do that. I'm gonna sneak over there and hide the body.
Gotcha.
This is not how I expected any of this to go.
You never expect.
The
This is
shroomy
the life
That's
of
what
a
D&D
DM.
is.
Oh boy, alright.
Be ready for anything.
So, Eritrea, you begin
Mhm.
walking across the street, kind of dragging Kite's ankles along behind you as you go, I guess? Or his feet? His toes, I guess?
Something of the sort.
So yeah, he's just creating two slight divots in the dirt as you drag him across the street towards the wicker basket. Shroomy, what are you doing?
Hold on, let me see something real quick.
Oh boy, I can't wait. And by that I mean I'm terrified.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I guess I'm gonna go out into the street, like
I love how you guys
wherever
have not
seems
done
to be.
anything to try to make sure your friend is okay. You're just like immediately like, ah yes, we will throw him in a dumpster and find him later. You didn't even try to give him one of his potions, nothing. You're just like, alright, to the dumpster.
I'll go into the street and like start doing like a dancing routine of sorts, and just try to get the crowd, like the crowd's attention.
Is it the Spider-Man 3 dance?
Yes, exactly that.
Alright, so roll me performance to try to get their attention.
Jokey, where's my? Okay. All right. Frickin'. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Nice.
I needed it because freaking I have like -4 or 5 in my charisma, so thank God.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that was a -4. I thought that was a +4. Oops. Yeah, okay, so you get a nat 20. You walk out there and you start doing the Spider-Man dance and like just laying it down, bopping around, and the Vulpins around the street are just kind of like, okay, I don't know what he's doing, but he's having a great day. You go, man. Some of them are just kind of walking by. Other ones kind of like make space. A couple of them stop to just kind of watch you and form like a small semicircle around. And you're just having a great time. A couple of them are playing instruments as they're just kind of chilling in the street, and they're like, "Hey!" and they start giving you music to dance to. And before you know it, Sake's basically formed a small dance mob, like what's the word? A dance party just in the middle of the street.
Or something, yeah.
He's having a great time, and people are kind of like clapping along with the music and watching him having a fun time. One of the small Vulpin children, a little fox girl, like smaller than you, Sake, even when you're shrunk, um, like kind of walks up to you and like offers her hands like she wants to spin around or something and join your dance.
Oh, cute.
Would you like to allow this?
Yeah.
Okay. So you grab her with like your cursed arm and your normal hand, and spin her around. Nothing happens as far as like horrible curse that eats her face or anything. So you just spin her around and she's like, "Yay!" And then the magistrate continue walking forward, and they're looking down at the disturbance going on. They're like, "What's going on here?" The man in the black armor steps forward to look at you. Meanwhile, Eritrea.
Fighting! Come on, join us.
Meanwhile, Eritrea is like trying to lift Kite and like lift up the lid, shove him in
Yep.
there. He doesn't quite fit, so you gotta shove him in there and then put down the wicker basket. Just bonk his nose a little bit. It's good enough. No one will notice.
Mhm.
And then you can rejoin everything. A dance party? My gosh, man. Have you ever... Anyway, disperse, disperse. We have business to do here. Have any of you seen Pip, the man we are after? He's apparently well known around these parts, yet no one is giving us information. I demand an answer. And he kind of grabs you by your very short shoulder. Do you know anything about this man?
No, sir, I'm just a little. What's it called? Halfling?
Yeah.
I'm just a little halfling just minding his own business.
And you're causing a disturbance in the street. You will give me the information I desire, or you will be thrown into prison. How do you feel about that?
I wish I could tell you more, but I genuinely don't know anything about Pip.
Are you drunk?
No,
Your breath
never.
smells of alcohol.
I would never.
That's your,
You know, us halflings, we have the worst breath.
The little girl at this point has run back to her parent. She's like, oh no, I'm getting out of this. There's chaos happening. As you're kind of like being held by this man, you see his symbol right in front of his chest, and it looks like a skull, but the skull is the bottom of a beaker, and so it's like a black sigil, and the skull is the base of a potion beaker that is going up, and there's a little bit of smoke coming out of it. And he's just kind of glaring down at you. He's like, the case may be that you know nothing, but so has said everyone who's been around here. I am getting tired of seeking. Someone around here knows something. Anyone care to speak up? No one bothers to speak. Get back to your people. And he begins walking off down the street in a huff, with two guards, other magistrate people, following him. What would you guys like to do?
I just look at him when he like walks past, like, ooh, I should. Ooh, I should.
Yeah, you should. You should.
I'll walk up after, doing the deed.
Body
All right,
stowed.
we should probably find Pip before they do.
Idea.
Yeah.
Is Kai safe?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Totally safe. As long as no one decides to do their laundry.
Okay.
Alright.
So, where would you guys like to start?
Do we know where he is from last session? I can't remember, or okay.
Well, Kite did not tell you anything, and you guys don't know this town quite as well as he did. So, unfortunately,
Yeah.
you have hidden your only source of information in a dumpster.
Well, he wasn't really doing us any good anyway.
No, not right now. If you'd like, you can think about this for a bit while we move back to Dejargo. Give him a turn.
Sure.
What do y'all think?
Okay.
Alrighty, so Dejargo, you've walked into this room filled with copious amounts of inventions and, various machinations that look rather deadly. And as you look down the line, they just get more and more intense. There's like crazy amounts of machines that, in an endless hallway, it seems. Inventions designed for all different purposes. What would you like to do in here? You're muted, by the way.
I would like to. I'd like to. I don't know. This one's hard. All right. I'd like to go back through the door
Okay.
that I came in and look to see if there's anything telling me why there's these really advanced weapons.
Okay. Now that Barrick has come into the room and kind of shifted things around a little bit, you see that there's a whiteboard in the back that has Barrick's plan written on it, and there's like red string tied onto it and a bunch of different things in various different places. It's very scatterbrained, but if you'd like, you can try to piece together part of Barrick's plan. Oh, hold on.
Sure.
I need my paper for that. Hold on. Alright, so,
roll investigation or something?
Sure. What you were saying you were trying to figure out why there's so many big machines for war?
I want to figure out why he's making these powerful machines to begin with.
Gotcha.
Maybe if I figure out why he's making so many, I'll figure that out.
Gotcha. Okay. So you see like some little Polaroids of the big weaponry machines, like the big robot kind of things that he's got down the hall, and they're on the board attached to a string that goes elsewhere. And this little segment, this little section that is related to that, is in the all-out war section. It's labeled all-out war, Blitzkrieg against the magistrate fortresses. It is part of the overall barracks plan to defeat the magistrate.
Dang.
little heavy for Jargo.
So the Zargo. Does it look like if I were to move any information around that it would mess up his plans, or
It's already pretty scatterbrained. As far as messing up Barrick's plans, you get the sense that he's like he knows his plan well enough to not just go, the pieces of the this picture's been moved to the wrong spot. That means that my plan is to do that in the opposite order. Not sure if that would work.
I'm gonna go with a different route on this. I'm gonna go through the same door Barrick went through, and I'm gonna yell out, "Barrick, are you in there?"
Okay, so you're going through the second door that he went through, where you last saw him? Okay.
Yep.
As you open up that door, it opens inward, and you see that it's like a flat. It looks like it's disguised to be a section of the cave wall, just like a regular part of the mineshaft wall, and it leads into Barrick's office, the office that you've been in many times before. So as you basically walk out of this secret passage entrance, do you let the door close behind you? Because it is heavy and it tries to close behind you.
I put his chair in between.
Okay, so you prop his door open with a chair. And are you going to shout still?
Yep, I'm still going to shout.
Okay, you shout for Barrick, and there are some other people down, like, walking back and forth across the hall. You hear footsteps back and forth, but the door is closed, and you don't hear Barrick respond. He doesn't seem to be in this room.
Does it look like I can go through his stuff to figure more information out?
I mean, he's got other papers and various inventions on his desk, and his actual office. Another like piece of what's the word? Picture frame that's like covered by a tarp is sitting beside his desk.
Actually, I want to go back to the whatchamacallit, the little bleeper board that showed me where people are in the
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you walk back over the chair. Do you move the chair out of the way back to where it was, or just leave it blocking the door or opening the door right now?
I leave it.
Okay. So you step over the chair, get back into the passageway, and walk back over to the board that tracks who is moving through the tunnels. And you see that the three dots have made it to their destination, and the mysterious red dot has kind of stopped at the exit of his location at Splitstone Quarry. And you see another green dot entering from a different place on the map and coming like towards the base, but the path is currently set, like building as it goes towards the base. What would you like to do?
Can I have that green dot come towards me?
Yes. I mean, you're at the base. But yeah.
Well, I want them to end up in the barracks.
Okay, yeah. There are different like the base is a pretty large base of the tree, and there you can see that
Uh-huh.
there's different like grooves where you can kind of attach it to like the main door or the like side entrance or etc etc. So you could have it come in like the service entrance, and then there's one that's labeled like internal mechanisms.
Okay. I'd like to do that then.
Okay, so you connect this random green dot to your service mechanism, and now I need to figure out what the heck this man is. Okay, are you gonna do anything about the red dot where it is?
It's still there, right?
Yes. Like it hasn't disappeared from the board, meaning that it's still in the system of tunnels, it seems.
Is it possible for me to cut him off from behind?
You can try it. What would you like to do?
Well, like have him stranded in like a tube of the tunnel.
I mean, it seems like this allows you to connect any two places or something, so if you want, you could just connect it to like another place right beside it, or connect it to itself, perhaps.
I want to connect it to itself.
Okay. So you just draw a little tiny loop, and you see the path form itself. You don't hear anything move from this distance, but it appears that it worked. And now this red dot is just stuck in a circle far away from you. Uh, so the green dot begins moving, or continues moving, closer towards the base, specifically towards you at this point, and seems like it might take a bit though, because these pathways are large, spanning across the entire realm, and might take an hour or two for it to get to you. What would you like to do?
Um, I'm just going to sit there and look at some of his stuff.
Okie doke. Just sit and continue examining more of Barrick's stuff in that room.
Yep.
Okay. You see that the thing that he just put down, the thing he'd been working on apparently, is what seems to be like a blue, like made of blue burnished metal. It's like a little handheld compass kind of thing that you can flip open and closed. Would you like to examine it?
Yeah.
All right. You pop it open, and it seems to have like a full inside a little dome. It's got like a full display of a map of the realm. And let me go ahead and send you an image of what appears to be on it. Hopefully this is the correct image. Bloop, I'm sending it in this chat. You see what appears to be a map of the realm with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 blue dots glowing at different points of the map. I can send a better image that circles the red or the blue dots so you can see them easier. And they are glowing with different intensities. For example, the one at Crosswind Hold is glowing a lot brighter than the one at Deepworks. And technically, Deepworks is not. Yeah, no, it is labeled. Sorry. So yeah, basically, it's just a map of the realm with 6 different blue lights glowing with like a radiant intensity, like electric blue glows coming from it. And there's a really bright one at the Paladins base. There's a really bright one at Crosswind Hold, and then there are slightly less bright ones at Bright Marsh, Ancient Isles, Jaguar Falls, Deepworks, and oh, I guess that's it. Never mind. Sorry, need to update my notes here. What would you like to do with this strange device?
Do I recognize it from the manual that I read?
No. This does not seem to be something associated with the labyrinth.
Okay, I'd like to press the crossword hold
On the compass,
light. Yeah.
you tap it. Nothing happens. You just tap it. Well, actually, you tap it, and just it turns into the number 5, slightly glowing number 5.
I tap it again.
It just shows the number 5, and then it fades back to the dot after a short time.
Okay. What about the works one? I tap that.
Number 1.
Can I try twisting it?
Twisting the dot.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just a light. It doesn't have any physical graspability. Plus, your fingers are very large, and this is a rather small compass.
Um. I really don't know what to do with this.
You could always ask
It.
Derek.
Yeah, true.
You just gotta track him down wherever he wandered off to in the base, or wait
Well,
for him
I'm
to come
gonna look for other stuff while I wait for my guest to arrive.
back. Alrighty, sounds good. There's tons of more interesting stuff that you could explore in Barrick's base, or Barrick's secret hideout, as it were. I'm not sure, like, is there anything in particular you're looking for? Because there's, like, various machinations in various forms of completion, some of them seeming to be useful for, like, bettering people's lives in the realm, others ready for war, and some of them just seem to be absolutely useless things, like a very small pen that Barrick uses to write with for some reason instead of a normal sized pen. How it helps, nobody knows, but that's what he does. Very helpful things he invents.
Man. Uh, Dude, I really don't know. I'm probably just gonna take a nap until the person gets there.
Okay, an actual nap, like sleeping in this
An
room?
actual nap. I'm gonna sleep in the chair right in front of the board that shows me where everyone is.
So you're
I'm just gonna
stealing
be like,
Barrick's chair, bringing it into the chamber, and sitting.
yes,
Okay,
exactly.
that's funny. Alrighty. So you decide to take a nap while you're waiting for your guest to arrive. Let's move
Yep.
back to Sake and Eritrea.
Man, I want a nap.
So,
Alright, how are we gonna find this Pip dude?
Well, while Ray's thing was happening, I was kind of wondering, does Eritrea's dog have like scent tracing
Ooh,
ability?
I don't know.
you've never tried to have him sniff something out.
Guess we could try.
We could. That's all I really have.
You could also ask
Alright.
around.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but also trying to
The
use my
guards
brain.
have been.
Yes, they have.
They haven't had much luck. They might want to tell us more than the guards, but we'll try to have Alanon sniff them out. All right, boy. What do you say? Can you sniff out big squirrel man?
He doesn't know what you're saying to him, but he's wagging his tail. Ruff!
So,
Don't you speak dog or something?
yeah, I got this.
You're gonna
Oh,
cast Speak
that
with
has
Animals
this.
again?
What is that thing that I need to do?
You cast Speak with Animals. You can cast it as many times as you want for free, I believe. Because of your
Okay.
something or other.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Okie dokie. So you cast Speak with Animals. What are you gonna say?
Are you capable of sniffing out people's scents?
I can smell things real good. Yeah, I can do that.
Can you sniff out a particular person?
Yeah. What do they smell like? He's still wagging his tail.
Good question. Do we have anything that
Please describe what he smells like to me so I can follow the smell. I'm joking.
Big
we wouldn't have
squirrel
anything
man.
that he's had or touched or anything?
No.
really?
No,
You
but
have
I
his
would just
cousin.
compare it to. Yeah, I would just compare it to Kite. Really.
Who's now in a laundry pile.
Then he would try
Yeah.
to find Kite, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but then we just tell him not that one. The other
Okay.
one.
The smells kind of like Kite, but not exactly.
Okay. A lot of them smell like him, but not really. I could try. So, like Kite, but not really.
Yes.
I think I've got something.
Is it working?
This way. He begins
I think
You
so.
know,
Let's
kinda-
follow the dog.
Al-Anon's got something.
He's got
I
something.
knew I could count on my boy.
He doesn't know what you're saying, but he knows you're saying it in a positive voice, so he's happy. He begins kind of skittering down the skittering, prancing. What's the word? He begins like happily charging down the street on the scent of whatever it is he's following, and he leads you past that same stall, no, that same shop where that Vulpin woman was doing her potion making, and the guy in black armor and his two guards are apparently yelling at her for some reason, standing there and yelling at her angrily as you're passing by. Would you like to do anything
Yikes.
about that, or just let it happen?
Nope, not my problem.
Poor girl. Guess she'll die. Yeah, you keep on going.
Rest in peace.
And
Yikes.
Al-Anon leads you to Pepper's house again. He stops at the door. Right here. She smells like him. He wags his tail happily and sits down.
That is very good, but is there another scent that is very similar to that?
So like the other two, but not?
Yes.
Oh, it's making my nose run because I'm still sick.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Can you lead us to him?
Smells dirtier. Yeah, okay, let's go this way. And he begins running off another direction, trying again. Would you like to follow him as he runs through the street?
Yes.
Sure would.
So, the magistrate and the Vulpins are just kind of watching in confusion as they see two halflings chasing a dog through the streets, kind of knocking over things as they go, trying to chase him down. And this dog is like zooming. He's not slowing down for anybody. Could I have you guys roll me athletics just to keep up with him?
Yes. Oh boy, I rolled a 5.
Oh my god.
I have little legs.
Athletics, you said?
Yes.
That's a 14 total.
So Eritrea is the one who's knocking over carts of like cabbages and stuff as she's going by.
Mhm.
Sorry. Keep on going. Vulpins are kind of yelling and upsetting as you're kind of slowing them down and slowing yourself down. But Sake stays on the trail pretty well, and you guys keep up with Al-Anon as he darts down one pathway, down another pathway, and then kind of on a big, busy street. He walks a little bit farther and then kind of stops looking up at what appears to be a large archway that's got like different nozzles of like potion mist kind of like oozing out, and then the room beyond is kind of misty with the same kind of fog. It looks almost like a rave as well in this square, and it's still like an open square to the air. It looks kind of like Times Square in there. You've got like big holographic screens and loud music blasting from within, and along the walls around here you see large posters that seem to have some magical effects on them. So they kind of change every once in a while to like be different advertisements or something. And you see posters that just kind of show Pip's face and his goggles and him holding a potion launcher and looking all pleased with himself. And inside the Times Square thing, you see in this large clearing more holographic screens showing him even larger, and there's like a large neon sign that says Pip's Emporium, and there's like a large shop with merchandise for Pip, plushies and potions and all kinds of stuff. But it's all cut off by these a gate kind of thing with the potions kind of spewing out some kind of cloud of potion dust. What would you guys like to do? It's also kind of around a corner, so it's not like readily visible all the way down the street, but it's pretty visible as you're like looking in.
Something tells me we need to get in there.
There are some people in there, by the way. There's like a bunch of them.
Oh.
Maybe like 30 people currently milling around in that little shopping district.
I assume if it's a giant spritzing machine of potions that it wouldn't be like lethal. I would hope not. So I personally, I guess I would try to like get into, or I guess I would ask first the dog if that's the source of the other smell.
Yeah, in there. No, not the potion, but he's in there, I think, in that zone.
I'll say good boy and like just pet him.
I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. He said I'm a good boy.
So the dog thinks he's in there.
Yeah. You stay here. I'll go make sure that potion dust is safe-ish.
I mean, all right, if you want to sacrifice yourself just to see, but sure, I won't complain.
I didn't think you would.
So
I'll go check and see if it's safe. I would assume so, but
this archway is 5.5 feet tall, by the way. So a normal person might have to duck just a little bit to get through, but you don't have to duck at all at your height. So you walk towards the potion, and are you just gonna walk through the arch?
Yeah.
As you walk through this sheet of potion vapor, it just feels like a slight mist, and nothing happens as you walk through. You just see a slight glow along the walls here, but nothing happens as you pass through, and you're now in the clearing. Times Square, or whatever. Pip's Square, as it were.
I guess I'll turn back real quick and let Airtray know that it's safe, presumably.
Trey, as you look around you, you see magistrate guards approaching down the street.
Uh-oh. I head in after.
Alright, nothing happens as you pass through Gwen as well. Just feels like slight water mist and refreshing, cold, it's pretty nice. And Alana just kind of tries to bite at the little nozzle as he goes past, but nothing happens.
So we might have some company fairly soon. We should get in and get out of here as soon as we can.
Agreed. Let's see if anyone has seen Pip lately.
There's a big old building that says Pip's Emporium, and it's got like a big old shop where you can buy different various types of potions. Huge, massive cauldrons are brewing with like sweet smelling potions and stuff. He might be inside there. Just would be the initial assumption.
Alright, let's head in there, maybe.
Alrighty. So you walk over to the huge shop that's almost like a shopping mall. It's just ridiculous as how much like narcissistic merchandise there is there about Pip and how cool he is. There's like t-shirts about how, oh, I got to meet Pip and all I got was this lousy t-shirt and stuff like that. It's pretty ridiculous. And there are potions for all various applications, and there's like different components that you can buy along the walls for making potions. There's like powdered frog, butt, and new tail, and etc. etc. Just in tiny little mahogany boxes that are lined up against the wall. All of them have various different prices in gold, and At the counter, there seems to be a rather tired-looking Wolfman man who's just kind of sitting there, arms crossed. He's got he's got a Pip is the best and you should be like him shirt on, but he's got his arms crossed over it, and he just kind of looks done with life. And he's got like Pip ears, like a little headband with Pip ears on it over top of his regular ears, and he's just like, why am I here? Hello, welcome to Pip's Emporium. How can I help you today?
We don't have time for pleasantries. Do you know where Pip is?
Are you with one of those magistrate people?
No, but
Alright,
they're about
fair
to be
enough.
here any second, so you might want to tell me before they get here.
Don't worry, they'll be. Are they coming through right now? You said.
Here very shortly. Yes, they were right behind us.
Cool. I need to see some action then. It's been a long day. And he walks out from around the corner and walks out into the square, just
uh,
crossing his arms and leaning up against the wall, watching. Would you like to follow?
No.
He doesn't bother answer your question. He just wants to go watch, apparently.
Well, that didn't go as planned. Do I see any like back doors or anything like of the sort that would lead somewhere else?
Like
You
an
do see
employee's
like
area.
a trap door in the back that is kind of like behind the counter. It opens up, it seems. Big
I'm gonna
old
go down
iron ring.
there.
Okay. So you pull up the big iron ring and it just kind of creaks open. Sake, would you like to follow her?
Yes.
Alrighty. So you, Sake, Eritrea, and Alanon descend down these wooden stairs into another area where this is kind of an underground zone, so it's like a little bit colder than the surrounding area that you were in. The music begins to fade out behind you, and you're now entering a long hallway of, potion making ingredients and potion stuff. There are some more cauldrons and some sweet smelling vapors, and you walk around some circuitous tables that kind of are a little bit messy, but they're pretty well kept, all things considered, considering how many things you need in order to make potions. And in the back, you see, like, back of a larger room that you get into, you see none other than the man himself, grabbing a bunch of various ingredients and supplies, seeming like the very back wall is like his living quarters. So he's got his kitchen and his, sleeping bag and whatever, all kind of against this wall. And he seems to be grabbing things hurriedly and shoving them in a bag of some kind, and just like frantically moving around at a quick pace.
Do I
What would
see
you
the
guys like to do?
crystal?
No.
Darn it. Okay. Probably just walk up to him and be like, "Hey, you!"
Hello, who are you? Hi. I'm not scared at all. And who might you be?
Yeah, didn't seem like it at all. We're friends of your cousin, I think,
Oh,
nephew. What was
thank
Kite?
goodness.
Yep. We're friends of his. You have a magic
Okay.
crystal thingy. I need it. Give.
No.
I was gonna steal it, so I mean, at least I'm asking for it. I'm I'm sorry. That was so rude of me. Give, please.
I like your style. No. You're welcome. Smile.
See, well, you're about to be arrested, and
Yeah,
we're not.
that's why I'm packing bags and skipping town.
Well, they're
If you'd
already
like to help.
here, so I don't know if you're gonna get that far.
Well, this has managed to keep them out so far. I'm hoping it'll buy me just a little bit more time.
All right, listen. That crystal is. They're tracking you with it. As long as you have that crystal or whatever, they're going to keep tracking you. So you're better off if you just give it to me. I'm gonna make sure it's in safe hands. You can get away,
You mean the crystal
live happily
from
ever
Barrack?
after.
A long time ago?
Yeah,
Man, that's
it might be in a
so long
weapon or
ago.
something. I don't know how
Yeah,
you have it.
I
Uh-huh.
definitely didn't steal it, if that's what you mean. I didn't steal anything of mine. It's all mine, for sure.
All right. Well, if you did, I'm gonna steal it from you. So, give.
This is a very odd conversation. Do you think we could have this when we're not in danger of being destroyed?
No, because the reason we're being destroyed is because you have the crystal and I need it. Give!
But it's part of my weapon now, and I kind of want to
Give!
keep that. No.
Give!
I want to put my hand. I want to put my hand on Eritray's shoulder and be like, "You really suck at this."
At this point, he draws the potion launcher and slings the bag over his shoulder. He's like, "Hey, I mean, I like stealing as much as the next guy, but I'm not exactly liking being stolen from. So if you don't mind, I probably should get out of here." And he
I just still have my hands straight out. Like grabby fingers.
yeah, he's got the potion launcher in his hands now, like aimed at you, and supposedly that is the thing that has the crystal in it. But
You can keep the potion launcher. I just want the crystal.
well, the magistrate wants the potion, or the iron alchemist do at least. Anyway,
Exactly.
I am not exactly wanting to part with any of my equipment. It's kind of how I make my money and do my things. Wouldn't be quite so amazing without it, unfortunately. So I won't be giving you anything. Now, if you wouldn't mind, please move out of the way. And he.
I would like
You
to
keep
attach
that
myself to his leg and not let go until he gives me the crystal.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you're short now. So you're just grabbing his leg, like no.
Yes.
That's very close. Why are
I'm not leaving until you give me the crystal.
He had a potion in his hand that he looked like he was going to throw at you, but now that you're attached to him, he seems to be reconsidering this idea.
I want to step in and be like, "Okay, this is ridiculous. Look, as long as you have that crystal, you're gonna be hunted down. If you give it to us, we'll keep it safe, and you won't be tracked anymore."
Okay, look,
Don't
I
you
I know
also
you
won't
said you're
attach
friends with my
myself to your
cousin.
leg anymore.
That's the tempting off. I know that you said you're friends with my cousin, but I don't see my cousin here, and I don't have any, reason or
I
proof
hid
to
him in a
believe you.
dumpster. I mean, a wicker
Thank you.
basket.
You did
cousin.
what?
He's fine. He's just glitching out because he's bugged. Okay, I'll take care of him as soon as we get the crystal.
We can take you to him real quick to let you know he's safe if you like.
That's
Bruh.
a very bad idea. Unless you're gonna change yourself to look like one of us. They're kind of after you. Do you have like a transformative potion of sorts?
Yes, I got a few. Of
Maybe.
those.
Can you turn yourself into like a little dog, like Al-Anon?
We are not chihuahuas.
Didn't have to be a
The best.
chihuahua.
I
Look,
really
we wouldn't
can't
be
nail
in
the
this
pit voice right
predicament
now.
if you would just give me the crystal.
Look, why do you even want the crystal if it's gonna get you tracked by the magistrate?
Because I don't really know. Barrick told us
Point
to get it.
taken. You don't know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to get out of here. I kind of
No,
want
you're
to
not
leave this
leaving.
life of fame behind.
If
'cause
you're
it's just
leaving,
causing
I'm
more
going with
problems.
you.
I didn't need traveling companions, okay? I'm just.
Well, you got him now until you give me the crystal.
Oh my freaking gosh. Who are you people? What are
My
your
name is
names?
Eritrea. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. I guess I'm.
Oh,
You
and
already
about
know
an
me.
hour, I'm gonna grow as well, so that's gonna be really unfortunate for you when I won't let go of your leg and I'm 5 feet tall instead of 2.5. I'm just letting you know this is going
What?
to get more uncomfortable.
He turns to you, Sake, because you seem to be a little more reasonable. Would you mind explaining just a little bit more detail why this is happening and why I have a halfling attached to my leg now?
Took small transformative potions to blend in better to this area because there's so much.
That is the
magic.
That is the least thing I was curious about. Reverse the logic
Not a
of those
halfling.
words, but anyway, just please, I'm trying to get out of here because the magistrate are after me. If you're trying to avoid the magistrate too, we could go together for just a bit, but I'm not planning on giving you my gear. Not without, some good reasons or some compensation at least. Something.
What do you want?
Maybe you could. I want a peaceful life where I don't have to. Oh, hey, Ray's brother.
You could come with us. We know a safe place.
Well, it's not exactly safety that I want. It's to leave my life of fame behind because it is getting way out of hand. And, it's hard to be famous and balance the glory that comes with that While also world-renowned person getting chased down by the magistrate at all times. It's really kind
I
of a
don't
tough
care that you're
balance to strike.
famous.
Okay, but what I'm
I just
saying
want your
is,
crystal.
I'm tired. I'm
Where
middle-aged
we're
at this
from?
point. What I want is to settle down and,
Are you friends with
have a
Drogos?
Nah, I've met him a couple times. I wouldn't call us friends. Why?
Well, he's there. He's chilling
He's
at
where?
where we're from, at our base, where the place.
Oh, no, no, no. I'm not getting involved with Barrack and that whatever resistance is going on anymore. That ship sailed. We're done there.
Give me the crystal.
Oh my gosh! You can see like a vein starting to like pulse on his forehead at this point.
I can get a lot more annoying, my friend.
Yeah, so can I. You just
Gimme,
scratched the
gimme,
surface.
gimme, gimme, gimme,
Oh
gimme,
my-
gimme, 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 gimme,
He
gimme,
drops
gimme,
the
gimme,
potion
gimme.
on your head. It shatters, and suddenly you feel yourself getting slowed.
Oh no!
He kind of like
Gimme,
tries to shake you off his
gimme,
leg. Could I have you roll me
gimme.
strength? Oh my gosh! Could I have
Should I
you
roll
roll me
charisma
strength?
again? So it's the proper thing.
Yes, yes. Need my d20.
Rolled an 8.
Fair enough.
Give
Okay.
me.
He manages to shake you off of his leg and take a step back, and he just kind of points the potion launcher at you again. He's like, "No, stop. Make her stop.
Get him.
Get her to stop, please, or this is
Sake.
going nowhere."
She's wild. I can't stop this woman.
Alanon at this point is going "Ruff, ruff, 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 ruff," and kind of like running around his ankles as well, and he's having to not step on him.
We will go together for a little bit. Can we agree on that? We'll go together. For a
Why
little
would I
bit.
want to go with you people? Give me any reason whatsoever. That is a good idea.
I'm just on the floor.
When the
Still going.
magistrate comes to look
Give me.
for your butt, you're gonna be in
Give me.
trouble if you're by yourself. There's strength in
Yeah,
numbers.
I think I can escape easier if I just drink an invisibility potion and slip past him without two crazy people and a dog after me. Why do you even have this little monster? Ah! And he kind of like shoos him away as he's trying to bite his ankle.
Look, we.
Give me.
Oh
need
my
the
gosh! What were you saying, Ray? Or I mean, Trimmy?
We need the crystal, and that's it's imperative that we get it. Please, please, just hand it over.
You have made
Please.
the worst impression at this point. I don't think a
I'm
persuasion check is
aware.
even gonna work. Yeah, he's just gonna be like, you know what? We'll talk when you have my cousin with you. Until then, I don't even know you people. I think I'm gonna do it on my own. And he turns and starts walking, or like using his quick jumping, out of the passage. What would you guys like to do?
Give me. Give me.
Oh my gosh. Are you
How
okay?
long does the potion have effect?
Just a couple seconds, so you're good
Oh.
now. You were just got slowed for a little bit, and now you're able to move at full speed again.
That rat! I'm going to chase after him.
Oh my gosh! All right, here we go. So you're chasing after Pip as he's running down the passage. He's just
Yep.
leaping over his desks and trying to get out the main entrance as quickly as possible. And I guess
Do I see any speed potions?
they're not. I guess a
Are they
couple
not
of them are
labeled?
labeled. Some of them are labeled. Roll me perception.
Perception. Oh, I got a whole 2.
You do not see any speed potions.
Dang it!
Or at least nothing easily identifiable as a speed potion, unfortunately.
I just keep chasing after him.
Alrighty, so you've got a couple tables in the way, kind of like you have to walk around
Parkour.
like that, or you can jump straight over the tables like Pip has been doing with his. He seems to have activated some kind of jumping ability to make him go faster.
Cool.
So what would you
How,
like?
Parkour.
What would you say, Sake?
How far away is Kite from us?
Is Kite from you?
Sorry, Pip.
He is currently about 60 feet away. Like, just started to go down the passage. If you would like to have done something when he was just starting to go, you can. I can say you can get a chance
But
to do
I
something.
do have this spell called Dimension Door
Okay.
that lets me teleport
Ooh.
like up to 500 feet away from me. So I would like to teleport like in front of him.
Is that the one that lets you go to
Yes.
convenient places, like the one that got you to the bathroom to begin with, or is that something else?
That might be the same thing. I think that's the only teleportation spell I have.
Okay. Wait, I don't even see. Oh, there it is. Dimension Door. You teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot within range. You arrive at exactly the spot desired. It can blah blah blah. It can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or you can describe. Blah 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 blah. Range 500 feet, bruh. Wow, that is pretty far.
Bleep.
Okay, yeah. If you'd like to teleport in front of him, like teleports behind you, Nani. What do you want to do?
I
Yeah, that's
will
definitely something you
teleport
can
in front of him.
All right, go ahead and use on your sheet the cast button so you can see that it used one of your slots. And yeah, you teleport in front of him right as he's going. He's actually kind of looking over his shoulder at you guys because he's past the benches now, and he's like, haha, they're never gonna get me, and he doesn't even notice that he's about to run into you. What do you do?
I yell really
Stop
loud.
his
Stop!
leg!
Hey, huh? Hey, get out of the way, bro. This isn't gonna end pretty. He's got his potion
Just
launcher
give
aimed
us
at you.
the crystal. I'm tired of asking at this point. Just give me the crystal.
You have given me no reason for me to surrender my property to you. You haven't even
I don't
offered
care
anything in
about reason
return.
anymore. Give me the crystal.
I'm gonna shoot you, man. Get out of my way.
You don't want to do that.
I
Can I
don't want
grab
to do that, but...
any of the random potions and splash it on his head?
Oh no, you can.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
Okay, are you doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
Bye bye, Pip.
First, roll me a d100, then roll me a d20 plus your dexterity modifier.
Oh my
D100.
goodness.
Roll. I got a 98.
Okay.
And then what was the other thing?
Then roll to attack. Just roll the same thing as if you like threw a dagger at him. It should be the same
Okay,
modifier.
Dagger. 20.
Total 20 or natural 20. Either way, it doesn't matter.
I can't see what the die is.
I mean, I
It
guess
was
it matters.
blocked by the things.
Okay, so I'm
think
assuming that was a total 20.
I think it was a
So,
total 20.
do you like pay attention to which ones you grab, or do you just kind of like?
Do I have time to, or
I mean, if you're
Like,
charging down the
I have
passage,
him
kind
right
of.
there, just like stopped.
Yeah, he stopped for just a second. He's trying
Okay.
to finish the conversation quick enough to avoid you tackling him from behind. But you can,
Mhm.
as you're running down the hall, scoop up like something from
yeah,
and just
if
chuck
I
it at the
can
back of
like
his head.
try and find something that's like not gonna kill him, but like help me.
Like I
would
said, you don't know the
absolutely-
labels that well.
I know.
So
but-
I'm just gonna say you kind of sweep your hand through and manage to grab a handful of like 2 small flasks, one a pink potion and one a red potion, and you just chuck them at the back of Pip's head before he gets a chance to do anything. They both like shatter into a bunch of glass shards on the back of his head, and he goes, "Oh, what the?" And suddenly, just in a puff of smoke, the top half of his body begins to grow feathers, just like long white feathers, and he's just like, "Ah, why did you do that to me?" And the the red potion seems to have gone across the right side of his arm where it was holding the potion launcher more, and that
Hmm.
just begins to like pockmark and like expand, becoming like twice as large and strong as it was a moment ago. So now he's got
Oh.
just he looks like a terrifying mutant chicken. Yeah, so he's just like, "Ah, why?" And now he's very aware of your presence. Can I have you guys roll the initiative?
Oh
Oh
no!
my goodness gracious.
Kite's gonna be very upset when he gets out of that dumpster. I'm just gonna say that right now.
18.
Meanwhile, King Ray Ray Ray.
I also just want to say I'm gonna have to go in like 15 minutes because I have another recording. If that's
Okay.
okay.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Gives me more time to figure out what in the world is going on.
You're so welcome.
Initiative, by the way.
Alrighty. What was your initiative?
9.
Okay. Um.
Mine was 18.
Okay. So you're gonna go first then. You got the surprise round on him.
Did we just make a freaking boss fight happen?
hope so.
Maybe. Okay.
I'm getting
Oh,
that
no.
crystal.
So, Dejarga, we're going back to you for now. You have been you're just kind of napping, and suddenly you hear a loud stones kind of like opening and shifting above you, and out of the passageway stumbles, or like the same entrance that you came in, to like 10 feet above the catwalk. You hear a like ah, and then like a large clattering of bags or something, clanking metal, and it wakes you up. What would you like to do?
Oh, you're finally here. Do I recognize him when I...
You do not. It's just one of the common folk that are, walking around the base. It's an elven man who seems to be rather young, maybe 20 years old. He's got a t-shirt on, and he's holding like a bunch of burlap sacks of who knows what. They're clanking loudly as he's going, and he's kind of like wobbling, and then the passageway kind of closes behind him, shoving him out, and he falls 10 feet to the ground below and makes a
Can I
large
try to grab
clatter.
him before he falls?
Yeah, roll me dex.
Five, 9.
9. Okay. Yeah, you don't really get to him in time. You try, but you're a little groggy, and he just clang, and like his bag spills open, and tons of supplies just go scattering all across the ground. There's like kettles, pots, potatoes, various vegetables, just kind of falling all across the floor. Some of them go rolling into the internal mechanisms and the large cogs, and you just see a tomato get rolled up and then squished by the teeth of the cogs. Doesn't look good for it, but it's fine, right? Vegetable resistant, probably.
Oh, well, I was hoping you were Barrick, but, hi! Welcome to Barrick's Workshop!
Hi! I think I went to the wrong place. Am I in the base? I'm in the base, right?
Technically, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Hey, I want you to take a look at something.
Okay, sure.
I'd like to lead him down to the room with all the war machinery.
Okay. You lead him down there, and he just kind of looks at it and goes, "Yep, that's some big stuff. What's this?"
Apparently it's part of Barrick's plan to take over the world.
Is that what we're doing?
Apparently, according to his board. Sorry, I can't.
He walks. Are you gesturing to the board?
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of looks over at the board. Oh, is that Barrick's like master plan?
Yeah, master plan to take over the whole world.
Are we supposed to be in here?
Probably not.
I kind of want to look at it. Are we gonna get in trouble?
Not if you don't say anything.
He walks over to take a look at the plan. So, this is Barrick's plan?
Yep.
I don't know how to read most of this. It's kind of
Yeah, it's quite chaotic, isn't it?
disjointed. I see those things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's Blitzcrank mean?
Uh, destroy the world.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Should we stop him?
Maybe.
I knew he was crazy. I didn't think he was that crazy. My name's Turner, by the way. What's yours?
I'm Pip.
Wait, you're Pip? Like, you got the same name as that little potion throwing guy?
Oh, they always mistake him for me.
Oh, wait, you're the famous one?
Yes, yes.
Can I have your roll me dex? I mean, deception? Wow, I didn't think I'd be able to meet someone so cool. Wow, well, it's an honor to meet you, sir. He reached out to hold your, or shake your giant elephanty hand. Guess I need to brush up on my paladin history. So, are you gonna stop him then?
I think more people need to know about this before I can stop him. It's just you and me right now. And he's a powerful man, you know.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what to do about this, man. I just kind of carry supplies and stuff. And it was a rough time this time. There were all kinds of robbers. I don't know what to do at this point. There's too much going on, man. Can I stick with you? Can I like be a part of your squad? You're like one of the cool people fighting the war and stuff, right? I could be a fighter too. I got
Could you
big
now?
muscles. He's got like very small muscle.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll discuss this back at the dormitory area of the base. But first, you need to go on ahead of me. That way we don't get caught together.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Where should I meet you? Should we have like a signal?
Sure, I'll blow my trunk whenever I'm ready to see you.
Okay, I'll follow that noise. I guess I don't need a place if we got that.
Exactly.
I do need to. I think I should probably still deliver my supplies so I don't seem suspicious, right? And he kind of
Oh,
starts gathering
definitely,
stuff back
definitely.
into his bags, and he's like, "Okay, I'm ready to go.
Just be
how
sure
do I
not
get
to
there?"
tell anybody just yet.
Okay, how do I get out of here?
I'll go to the panel and try to link this place to the dormitory area.
Yeah, you draw a slight or like a little loop going from one place in the base to the other, and the pathway 10 feet up just and opens up again, and he's like, "Cool. So I'm supposed to bring these up there?"
I thought you were a big, strong man.
I am. And he starts climbing up on the railings of the catwalk and trying to like throw the bags up there. Let me roll real quick. He tries. He gets about halfway up there, uses one of the bags to try to lift himself up, and it all slips and he falls down again, landing on his back. More pots and pans and kettles and various
about
items
this,
go
then?
flying across throughout. And he just kind of stands up, pride hurt more than anything else, and scoops him back up again. And this
How
time,
about this then? I close the passage and I open the door to Barry's office.
yeah, that works better. Thanks, thanks, Pip. I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Yep. He just kind of casually walks out of Eric's office and looks both ways. He seems real excited. What would you like to do now?
I'd like to look what's back on the board.
Lots of stuff. It seems like Barrick's plan calls for 3 separate steps. One is undermining the magistrates' power and influence by cutting off their leadership and scattering their forces into separate, weaker threats to make them disorganized and fighting against each other for power within themselves instead of being one unified threat. And also, after separating them and making them weaker, then it's defeating the fortresses and securing them for the resistance so that they can kind of form defenses and gain power bit by bit until they can eradicate the magistrate. And then step 3 is restoring peace to the realm and rebuilding it in a new image. Is there anything?
Can I find anything more on that part?
Which part? The rebuilding?
Rebuilding in a new image.
Well, you see some Polaroids and stuff. It's not exactly like a full written out every single word there on this board, but it looks like it's supposed to create a better, non-oppressive government 2.0 and like destroy all the powerful weapons that were used for the war so no one else gets hurt, and hopefully it'll be a utopia finally. But that's the plan at least.
Okay, I'd like to leave the area through his office and start looking for him.
Okie dokie. Are you taking that compass with you or no?
Yes.
Okie dokie. So, with that, you make it out into the main hallway where people are walking back and forth. Do you leave the door propped open or no? Putting the chair back where it was?
Yes, I leave it nice and wide open.
Where's the chair? Are you leaving it inside the place where you took your nap?
Yep, I just moved Barrick's desk right in the middle of the door.
Wait, you've taken the desk to prop the door open?
Yep.
All right. And with that, you managed to make it out into their base at large without anyone seeming to have paid attention to your escapades. We'll now move back to Kite and... I mean, not Kite. Everyone but Kite. Sake and Eritrea, who are now fighting Pip. Eritrea, how long do you have before you gotta go?
Yeah.
Basically kind of right now, if
Alrighty.
possible.
Well, in that case, we'll call it for this session, as a fight is breaking out with Pip himself. Should be
The
fun!
chicken man.
The chicken man! Oh boy. Well, thanks everyone
And
for
then-
watching. It was a fun time. Sorry, what'd you say?
If Danisi comes back the next round,
I want him to just burst in.
He might. I don't know how long he was in that laundry.
He's gonna find us.
He's gonna be so mad at me.
That was great. Thank you guys so much for playing. It was real fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Even though it was
Yep.
my like 6th backup plan and I was not as prepared as I should have been for this particular series of events.
I don't know if you could have been prepared for what we kind of handed you,
Not
but
really.
Great for D&D.
Oh yes, D&D. It's great. Any closing thoughts from anyone? Comments,
I am
concern?
gimme.
Alrighty.
I am scared for this boss battle we created.
Alrighty, well I'm gonna
Those are
cut off
great.
the stream. Thanks everyone for watching.